Now, who kidnapped Rosie O'Donnell and gave her a gigantic dose of common sense? How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Rosie O'Donnell dropping some truth bombs on the LGBTQ plus community. Now, I was totally surprised, pleasantly surprised at her take on this, because over the past few years, I've seen her give some of the craziest takes. I mean, I don't know if she had TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. I don't know if she got cured from her TDS, but she was a nut for quite a while, saying some really off-the-wall things. But in this clip, for at least a few seconds, she was speaking nothing but facts. And this is about the LGBT community as far as the whole trans thing that's going on, because you got little boys and girls encouraged to go down the road of becoming transgender when maybe they're just a tomboy, or they might be a feminine boy. They might not necessarily really want to go all the way to that next level of getting surgery and drugs and everything else. Maybe a little girl might just like playing with snakes and cars, and maybe a little boy might like playing with Barbie dolls. And guess what? Maybe as they get older, they grow out of it and they become fully masculine or fully feminine. Just maybe. Maybe you shouldn't interfere with drugs and whatnot. But before I continue, let's go ahead and roll the clip. If you want to see it in full without my commentary, link as always will be in the description. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Told me that her stuffed animals were non-binary. I'm like, here we go. Here we go. And I said, okay, well, what does that mean? She goes, they don't feel like a boy and they don't feel like a girl. I said, well, that's fantastic. You know, what's funny is that I'm a girl who people used to call a tomboy because I liked all the boy stuff when I was little. And you know what's weird? I still do really like the boy stuff. I like football. I like riding a motorcycle. I like to do a lot of stuff that boys traditionally like to do. But you know what else? Never was confused about thinking if I was a boy or a girl.
Now, let's pause for a minute. That is Mayim Bialik. Is Mayim Bialik LGBT? I don't even know, because everything's just so crazy. But from this appearance, looking like what's old girl Rachel Maddow? You looking like Rachel Maddow / Eli Manning? Then that kind of gives me a little bit of a clue. But guess what? Mayim Bialik is still a girl. Rosie O'Donnell, although there's a very unfortunate close-up in this podcast, is still a girl. Not thinking that they are a boy or a man or anything else other than what God made them as. Maybe you're masculine, maybe you look kind of rough, doesn't make a difference.
Always knew I was a girl and loved being a girl. So you can be a girl and feel any way you want, or you can figure out what it is. And I'm like rambling. And she said, are you done? Are you done? Tell me that her stuffed animal.
So yeah, so I'm not sure who she was speaking about. Someone said that their stuffed animals were non-binary. I'm talking about inanimate objects. Inanimate objects were non-binary because these inanimate objects, these imaginary friends that she has, basically don't really feel like they're a boy or a girl. We're talking about, you might as well say, hey man, you know, my cell phone is non-binary. It doesn't know if it's a boy or a girl. It's like, well, this is a machine. It's not a human being or anything like that. So, but that's where we are nowadays. And it's like, well, wait a minute. We're going way too far. And I think Rosie O'Donnell is going to face some backlash for that. Oh, she's going to face some backlash. Now, I'm not a big Rosie O'Donnell fan. Don't get it twisted. But right there, nobody can tell me that she was wrong. Nobody can say that she was wrong. You might not like her. You may not like her politics. Don't even matter. It does not matter. The funny mustache guy can come back from the dead and say that it's 12 o'clock at 12 o'clock. It's going to be 12 o'clock at 12 o'clock. It is what it is. Whether you love him or hate him, it's irrelevant. Facts are facts, and you can't change it. And this was not controversial. I say maybe even 5 to 10 years ago. During the scamdemic, everybody got so bored, and it's like, okay, now I identify as a parrot. Now I identify as a box turtle. Now I identify as the squirrel running around in Yankee Stadium in Bronx, New York. It's like you identify as whatever, and there's no more reality going on. It's like, well, wait a minute. There is still reality. You still have XX or XY chromosomes. Maybe you're a girl. Maybe you come off around the edges. Maybe you enjoy boy stuff. Maybe you enjoy race cars and trucks and everything like that. Maybe you're a boy. Maybe you enjoy fashion. Maybe you enjoy certain other things. That does not mean that you're gay even, or that you are some kind of way transgender, because there are some things that men enjoy that some may think makes them gay. Like, I like watching HGTV. I like watching those kind of shows. It makes me gay. I'm not gay. I'm a straight male. Always been straight. Never been confused about that. Okay. And then some are going to say, well, you wear skinny jeans. It's all kind of just weird little stuff. Now, some things, obviously, if you with a man and y'all having relations, clearly you're gay. But some things, it's not really like that. You might just enjoy it. You might be a woman and enjoy watching football with your boyfriend and your husband. You might like drinking beer, but you might be the most feminine woman on God's green earth beyond that. You see what I'm saying? So people just get so confused. It gets really confusing because then people say, oh, ain't no such thing as gender. It's all fluid. But then when I see transgenders, they do everything they can to look like the opposite gender. You see what I'm saying? It'll be a trans man. What do they do? When I say trans man, I mean a woman, biological XX, who wants to now identify as a man. On one breath, people will say, ain't no such thing as gender. It's all fluid. But then when they want to become transgender, they get hormones and get a beard, try and change their voice, put on dude clothes, get ab etching. They do everything, get their jaw all blocky. They get everything done to make themselves appear to be more like a man. Same thing with the trans women. Your Dylan Mulvaney's of the world, getting surgery to reduce that big blocky Lego head, square jaw. Okay. Makeup and wigs and high heels and dresses, all to look more like a woman. So I think at a certain point, we've gotten really confused. We don't really know what's going on with ourselves. And we're just making things up as we go along. Maybe we should kind of not be so quote unquote advanced, so quote unquote progressive, and go back a little bit and do what Rosie said. It's like, hey, you might be a female and be a little rough, be a tomboy, like some of the more masculine things. But guess what? You are, at the end of the day, still a woman. All right. You still gonna menstruate. You still can have babies if you're not injured or some kind of way you got a genetic deficiency or something like that, some kind of, illness or whatever's going on. Same thing if you are a man. Hey, you want to identify as a woman? Okay, cool. You can play dress up or whatever, but guess what? When it comes time for your prostate exam, you're still going to get that exam. They're still going to say, hey, squat, cough, all that, whatever you got to do for your prostate, you still going to have to get that done. You still got your male body parts. Okay. You don't have an ability to menstruate. You don't have ovaries. You don't have any of the female physiology. You just don't have it. Your pelvis ain't going to get no wider. You cannot give birth. It is what it is. We're talking about basic biology, science, things that cannot change. XXXY. If you feel like you're more feminine, you like some of the more girly things, okay, so what? You're still a man at the end of the day. Same thing for a woman. You might like I said, you might like Jaeger bombs or whatever. You're still a woman. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what Rosie O'Donnell said? Do you think she'll get in trouble for some of what she said? You think there's going to be a problem? Will she get in trouble? Will it be a big hubbub? Will she be called a TERF, a trans exclusionary radical feminist? Imagine Rosie O'Donnell, one of the biggest bull daggers in the whole world, getting called a TERF. That'd be crazy. But hey, that's the world in which we live. But you know what? It's going to take your Rosie O'Donnells, your Mind B. Alex, whoever else is in that community to speak up for common sense. I'm not the kind of person that's going to attack an adult for being gay. As long as they don't mess with the kids and they just have a consenting adult partner, that's their business. It's not my lifestyle. I'm not into that. I'm cool on that. It's just not me. But adults, how can I police that? What I can police is when you bring children into it. And what I can police is when these children are now starting to be confused by these adults. Now be going in a whole different direction. Human trafficking is illegal, last time I checked. And I think this whole thing by trying to brainwash these children into that lifestyle is a form of human trafficking. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.